In a moment, we'll hear from one of the groups, the Brandeis Center for Human Rights, and talk with its founder, Ken Marcus, on what they are doing and the university it is taking on, as Fox News Live continues.
The hate and hostility that is affecting Jewish students is showing that this anti-Zionism really is just a modern form of anti-Semitism. So we see this in the 2 physical assaults. We see this in the hate crime.
But that's Jewish UC Berkeley graduate student Hannah Schlacter on the toll this recent wave of anti-Semitism that's gripping university and college campuses is taking on the students. And now a human rights nonprofit is suing UC Berkeley for what it claims is the university not doing enough to protect its Jewish students. A statement from the plaintiff in the lawsuit, that's the Brandeis Center, reads in part, quote, UC Berkeley Jewish students shared in the complaint that the school does so little to protect Jewish students, it feels as if the school is condoning anti-Semitism. Ken Marcus is founder of the Brandeis Center for Human Rights Under Law and joins us now. Ken, good to see you. Going through your lawsuit, I mean, it's stunning. Some of these things, Jewish students are, excluded from organizations, not allowed to participate in other things. How bad is it on campus?
It's good to be with you. It is bad. We are hearing from many students. It started with law students, but then business students and undergraduate students. Some of them are afraid to go out. They're afraid to go to lectures. They don't want to go to class. They are aware of the physical assaults. Some of them have been threatened. Some of them have gotten hate mail saying that they should be gassed or killed. This is a situation that shouldn't happen anywhere in the world, let alone at an American university that has prided itself on its adherence to rights, free speech and civil rights. It is a terrible situation for many of the Jewish students on this campus.
Is Berkeley doing enough, and are colleges and universities across the country, do you think, doing enough to try and address this?
Absolutely not. We have been concerned about Berkeley for well over a year. It was over a year ago that approximately 9 student groups at the law school issued statements, actually changes to their constitutions and bylaws that said that Zionists could not participate as speakers before their groups. Berkeley has been aware for over a year of this discriminatory action, and their failure to address that problem last year has essentially sent a green light to anti-Semites that the university will simply not address even very serious violations of the university's own rules. Other universities also have problems. This has now become a national situation. At Berkeley, it's extremely bad. But we're worried about a lot of campuses around the country, including some excellent ones.
Yeah, we've seen what happened dealing with Princeton and Harvard and MIT and University of Pennsylvania, of course, in the news. There was, in reading a lawsuit, there's one thing called Palestinian 101, and they talk about Jewish students as being Zionists. Can you explain that?
That's a program that certain law students are forced to take if they want to have leadership positions in law school groups, which is to say, if you are a Jewish student for whom Zionism is an integral part of your Jewish identity, if you want to have a leadership role, you have to sit through this anti-Zionist indoctrination, which basically signals to you that you are a second-class citizen and that you don't fully belong there. This is just one of many problems at the law school that the university has been aware of for quite some time and has been unwilling or unable to address.
As you know, the university says that, well, this is all protected by the First Amendment. Let me read you part of a statement to Fox News from UC Berkeley. It says, quote, UC Berkeley believes the claims made in the lawsuit are not consistent with the First Amendment of the Constitution or with the facts of what is actually happening on campus. The university has long been committed to confronting anti-Semitism and to supporting the needs and interests of its Jewish students, faculty, and staff. As a public university, Berkeley does not have the legal right to stop demonstrations or expression that many would consider to be offensive, but are protected by the Constitution of the United States. Do you buy that? Does that hold water for you? Is that enough of an explanation to satisfy what's going on?
That's not just legally wrong, it is morally repugnant. You have just heard in a clip from one of the Berkeley Business School students about 2 physical assaults on Berkeley students. One of them was beaten on the head with a metal water bottle. There is no provision of the First Amendment or any part of the Constitution that gives anyone a right to assault Jewish students or hit them in the head with a metal water bottle. What we have at many of these universities, like Berkeley, is not 1, but 2 First Amendments. There's the anti-Semites First Amendment, which provides remarkable protection. It is the Superman of constitutional provisions. You can say or do virtually anything to Jewish students, even punch them in the face or hit them over the head, and the university will claim that it's protected by the First Amendment. But then there's everybody else's First Amendment, which is small and cringing. It's hardly even a Clark Kent of First Amendments. That's the one that if you want to say anything else that is even a little bit controversial, for instance, anything that smacks of conservatism, you will have virtually no protections at all.
Certainly more lawsuits to come. This issue disturbing, not going away. Ken Marcus of the Brandeis Center of Human Rights Under the Law. Thank you, and we'll keep up with the progress of that suit. Take care.
Good to be with you.